but it was a hypothesis. No one had ever tested it. So I did electrical imaging work on foods to see on a scale of 1 to 10 their life force. The highest life force was from raw, fresh juices. That was a 10. Sprouts, 9. The nuts and seeds and legumes, 8. The vegetables, depending if they were locally grown and fresh or grown 2 weeks away and brought in, they were 7s. But then I started measuring beef and chicken and pork and veal and eggs, and it was 0. But it was -0. And this was a unique phenomenon. No one had ever understood what I call inversive energy, which means that, like I believe now we're in an inverted totalitarian state in America. We're going towards a police state, an oligarchical police state. Well, with food in the same concept, you not only don't have something that gives you energy, you actually have food that takes away your energy. So I had to prove it. So sugar, sub-zero. So the more processed the food was from its natural state, the less energy it had on a spectrum. So then I did a schematic, and I took all the foods that were 8, 9s, and 10s. And I went across the street to Trafalgar Hospital, and there I was given access because I was one of the trustees, and I headed their drug interdiction program, helping drug addicts with holistic protocols getting off cocaine and heroin. I work with cancer patients, and I gave the dietitians, because I'm also a registered dietitian, New York State licensed registered dietitian, I gave them nutritional programs that they'd never heard of before that were only 8, 9, 10 on energy level. So they gave them diets of 8, 9, and 10, energy diets we call it. Across the board, these people got better. Across the board, you started to see improvements, weight gain, energy. Now they were giving diets, as hospitals do, of 3, 2, 1, 0, sub-zero. Then I got the statistics for that year. 55,000 Americans died from malnutrition they got after they went into a hospital. Do you realize that each year we were killing as many Americans who ate hospital food as all the 10 years of the Vietnam War? That said, I then created my dietary concept. Eating food that is living food, high in energy, vitalism. Vitalism is the vital life force. So then I took one more step. I took the sick person. We did imaging of them. I then gave them all these foods, and I also gave them nutrients. At the time I did, over a period of weeks, you would see the whole form of energy change. And that's how I'm able to heal so many people, that Marie McGovern and thousands of other people from very serious illness. Energy. Veganism, raw, organic, the juices made from it, the raw fruits and vegetables, that's your energy. The more you eat that's depleted, denatured, the less energy. Ask the average American, if you've got 2 problems, what are they? They're going to say pain and fatigue. The 2 most common elements in America. What is common with every single disease? Fatigue. The mitochondria. So you energize the cell, you rejuvenate the cell, you rejuvenate the life force, and then that in turn helps the body regain homeostasis. That also protects the cell, and then when you give it concentrated amounts, highly concentrated amounts of nutrients, like lots of juice. When I'm working with someone with cancer, I give them 16 to 24 ounces of wheatgrass juice a day. All right? That's enough to turn your head around like The Exorcist about 10 times. In fact, it was funny, up my store recently, I went in the morning, because every morning I take a lot of chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the great purifier. Chlorophyll is the single greatest concentration of life force there is in nature. So this big juice, now I had a 16-ounce glass, I drank it all of wheatgrass. And this guy said, he said, give me one of those. And I said, friend, you don't want to do that. No, you do it, I'm going to do it. I said, yeah, but my body adapted to it over a period of time. Well, you know, what's there to adapt? It's juice. He got about 4 ounces down, went outside, and it just projectile. I warned you. You got to graduate up to that. So I'm redoing the study again, using all the foods, organic and non-organic, locally grown organic and distance organic, then distance not organic, frozen, fresh, dried, canned, lightly cooked. See, when I cook something, I'm 75% raw, 25% living food, so that anything I heat, you can stick your finger in it. That does not destroy enzymes. And as a food chemist, I can assure you that we've been misstated a lot on this. I even wrote a book on food combining. It was a bestseller, and I actually found I was wrong and withdrew my book from the market because I was basing some of my work on Dr. Herbert Shelton, who had written an earlier book, and he was wrong. You can have starchy vegetables and seaweed and brown rice and beans and grains all together. They all digest equally. Yet he was saying all this is subacid and acid and hyperacid. He was wrong. So we got to know that when we're wrong, we correct ourselves, realign ourselves. So here we are, willing to take a journey of healing and wellness. When you start rejuvenating your tissue, your whole body will change. You'll start to see it in your energy level. First thing that's going to change, your energy is going to go off the charts. You'll start to see an improvement in your eyes, your vision. My eyes 10 years ago were 4,200. Today, I just got my exam done by Dr. Schulman yesterday, 20/25. Wow. No glasses, clear as a bell, and great distance vision. That's what happens when you rejuvenate. There's a gentleman who just came up to me who said his cataracts are improving on a protocol. Where you at? Right there. All right? So we can change anything if we choose to. But we can't change anything if we don't allow ourselves the discipline to do that. So you've got a lot of good speakers here. You've got booths here. You've got people committed to important change here. This is their first effort. That's why I came down here to support them. I always believe in when your foundation is good, everything you build on it will be strong. Let's put the word out to Bill Clinton in a positive way that he should start rejuvenating. Let him be the person that shows that he can change, because he's a policymaker. People like him. I predict this. I predict that if he lives another 2 to 3 years because of his adverse health, because he looks very sickly to me, he's going to end up with either Parkinson's or Alzheimer's or both. Because here's what his so-called bright and best doctors, who he got an exam, they gave him a clean bill of health, 3 weeks later he had a triple bypass operation, something about them being an expert, right? Anything that will clog your arteries is clogging your brain. Any inflammation in your arteries is going to have inflammation in the brain. They didn't look at his brain. They didn't look to see that anything is causing that is going to end up causing you to be sick all over. What did he eat? Cheeseburgers, alcohol, fried food, pork chops, barbecued buffalo wings. That's what he grew up on. And now he has become that. You become what you do. And by the way, you don't want the toxic energy of an animal that's died in shock, because that energy can come through into you. I want to thank these good people for your work. I want to thank you all for coming.